Azure Activity logs provide you with a record of all of the activity across your subscriptions within your tenant. In this video, I'm going to show you key fields that you need to know in order to understand the Azure Activity logs. Let's get started. As you can see, we're in our log analytics workspace. I'm going to go ahead and paste a query here. As you can see, we have the first line, which is the table, which is the Azure Activity. Second line is a project statement with all the fields that we're going to look at today. In order to make this easy, I'm going to create specific sections to explain the function of each field here. The first section is who made the call, which in this case is caller, which is the actual principal. The second is caller IP address, where the principal made the call from. So we have where did the call happen. In this case, we'll start at the top level, which is the subscription ID, the resource group. And then we have the resource ID, which is the full path. And we'll say what call was made. So the first one is going to be resource provider value. That's the actual resource provider. In other cloud terms, it's also called a service. We have the operation name value. And that is the actual API call operation that was made. And then activity status value is the status of the request, whether it failed, succeeded, started, and etc. And then within Azure, whenever some audit entry doesn't necessarily meet the main schema, we have what's called additional details, and that field is called properties. All right, so we want to go ahead and ensure that we're tracking the transaction of the request. So go ahead, transaction request, and we'll have this as correlation ID. To show this, we'll go ahead and select this, and then I will go ahead and make a custom modification. Go ahead and click apply and hit run. All right, as you can see, we have many log entries here. First one basically shows the correlation ID that's associated with this ARM request. Here we have a specific caller, which is an actual service principal, the caller IP address. Then as we discussed earlier, we have the subscription ID, the resource group, and then the impacted resource with the full path here. I'll scroll this over. And as you can see, the associated resource is a DCR or data collection rule. It's associated with the Microsoft Insights resource provider. The actual call that was made was a delete, which you can see started, but there was a failure. All right, so we'll go ahead and look at the properties table. So if we, all right, so we'll go ahead and push the arrow for properties down. All right, so as you can see here, we have a status message, which the error code indicated that the resource group was not found. So it wasn't able to delete something that did not exist. All right, so that completes our Azure Activity video. I hope you found this helpful and I hope to see you in the next one.